Well, today Morning Live is celebrating the successful conclusion of the first Netball World Cup to be held on our shores with a trip up Table Mountain. Let's now cross to, my colleague Sakina Kamwendo. Sakina, a very good morning to you. And I see that you're standing with the Proteas. I'm hit with FOMO, the fear of missing out. Proteas going up Table Mountain, which is one of my dreams.
Indeed it is, Simpiwe, and of course you're going to have to make that come true another time. But of course we've got all the staff here at Table Mountain out to welcome, of course, our heroes. They are here, the Proteas team. I see Coach Norma Plummer, I've seen the assistant coach Divisade, she's here, and the rest of the team. So let's start by just giving them a rousing welcome here up on Table Mountain. So, Coach Plummer, please come through. And, of course, this was the first time that the Netball World Cup was held on African soil. And there she is, Norma Plummer, the coach of the team. And, Coach Plummer, of course, I suppose it is the conclusion now, and we thought as Morning Live, we started on this road with the Netball World Cup, and we thought it would only be fitting to close it off properly here on Table Mountain. So how was the tournament for you?
Oh, it was pretty tough actually, but I think we expanded everything we could. We were a bit disappointed at the end that we didn't actually get over the line on the last game, but then we had some great results overall. So pretty successful, and certainly South Africa have put on a fantastic tournament for everybody.
Highlights for you from this tournament?
Oh, I would just find it always a highlight just to coach these players. Been in the game a long time, and they're a delight to work with, and they put everything into it. So for me, I've always felt very privileged coming over here and coaching your players.
And it was absolutely fabulous because you had the whole nation rallying behind this team in an unbelievable way. And it didn't matter when the Proteas played. It didn't matter where they were playing, what position it was for, whether we were winning, losing. It didn't matter. How did that feel?
Oh, I think that's fantastic. Sometimes at home you might get, if Australia's losing, the crowd's very, very quiet and very dead. But here, your supporters just support the team regardless. They just seem to love the game. It's fantastic.
So I suppose it's a bit early in the day to ask about it, but where to from here for the Proteas, and where to from here for Norma Plummer?
Well, all of those things have yet to be discussed. I mean, the team is touring in Australia in October, end of October, and I said I would look after them then, but I am getting a bit long in the tooth, and I'm always there to be an assistant or mentor in those capacities, but it's up to Netball South Africa now to go forward, and I haven't had discussions, but that's not my role. That's for the organisation.
And I tell you what, I think I speak for many South Africans when I say thank you so much for your service to our country and, walking this journey with us on this very auspicious occasion, the first time that this tournament's been held on African soil.
Yeah, it's been great. And I mean, I've been now off and on with the team since 2015, a couple of World Cups and Commonwealth Games. So it's been fantastic, and I have seen the development over that time, and we certainly try and keep bringing players in so that, as the retirements come, you're going to have somebody there already to step into the position, because otherwise you leave a big hole if you don't keep development going. So, look, I think there's a fantastic opportunity for South Africa to keep growing in this game. It's just a matter of some hard work that needs to be done.
So you've done fabulously. You've represented us well. And, of course, this is where we invite the rest of the team to come through, please. South Africa wants to see all of you. And please, the Proteas netball team. And here we come. Carla Pretorius, Ina Marie Venter, and Lenice Potgieter, and, Jante Stradom. Guys, you're putting me to the test here. Nicole Taliat, Pumza Maweni, Bongim Somi Owetu. Guys, Everybody is here, as you can see. The entire team is here, including the support staff. So we, as Morning Live, are super, super excited, stoked, because we're going to go right up to Table Mountain. And guys, we ordered the most perfect weather for you. I mean, it couldn't be better. And this is how we say thank you to this team that did the nation proud. I think one more round of applause from the staff here at Table Mountain for our fabulous Proteas. So, Leanne is already up the mountain, so she's waiting there for us. And we're going to try another first here with Morning Live. We're going to try and record this journey up Table Mountain with the Proteas team. But for now, let me hand it back. Are we going to Leanne? Are we going to studio? But it's off me for now.
All right, I can hear what's happening down, and we cannot wait for the Proteas to make their way up here. So I believe the Proteas are there. They're about to get into the cable car. So we've gone up the cable car. We are already at the top. Can you believe this view? I mean, have you ever, South Africa? This is your country. This is what we talk about when we talk about pride and joy. It's absolutely magnificent here. So there we go, broadcasting from the top of Table Mountain. It has been closed for about 2 weeks, so it's a pleasure to be able to kind of reopen it in a very celebratory style with the Proteas and the whole team. And there you can see the sun has just peeped out behind the mountains. I mean, we couldn't have ordered better weather. Even if we did, I don't think we would have put in a request for such magnificence. We were just hoping for a bit of a clear day, but this is just everything and more. Well, joining us here at the top, we're actually with the Deputy Mayor of Cape Town, Eddie Andrews. I mean, Eddie, look at this. I know this is coming from the mouth of a Joe Burger, but I mean, can you believe the morning? I know there were a lot of prayers to try and get a morning like this, but this is perfection.
It is perfection indeed, and welcome to Cape Town.
Yeah.
I did mention to you earlier on, we're more than happy to consider a relocation plan for all the Joe Burgers, not just the annual pilgrimage at the end of the year.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I'm going to hold you to that. You've got that on record now. But I mean, how has it been? How's the Netball World Cup been for the city?
I think I was last night at the final. It's been an amazing tournament. The girls have done us proud. I know we've ended sixth. That's not where we wanted to end. But if you look back and reflect on the past couple of months, what has happened, the interest in netball, women's sport in general, we can definitely say this tournament was successful.
Yeah, I think it was a beautiful tournament. It's been amazing to be here, to watch it, to be a part of it. And I was really a spectator. So we were on the streets. We were outside of the convention centre. We saw the atmosphere. We saw the pride from South Africans welcoming a host of tourists. Do we know at this point how many tourists we actually welcomed into the city because of the Netball World Cup?
I mean, those data sets will definitely come out, Leanne, at some stage. But I think as a city of Cape Town, we are proud hosts. I think that has been an opportunity for us to showcase what Cape Town has to offer. We're here, one of the wonders of the world, Table Mountain, and it's opening just in time for, of course, Tourism Month as well. So I think we love the fact that people come to Cape Town and enjoy what we have to offer, not just in terms of in Cape Town, but also the other municipalities on the periphery as well.
Yeah. Talk to us about I mean, obviously this has been closed for 2 weeks, so we opening it up. Why was it closed to begin with? Was it just renovations or a bit of maintenance?
I think all of the above as well. So when it's closed, certainly it's a concern to us because people send messages.
Yes.
It's not run by the city of Cape Town. We work closely with our colleagues here at the Table Mountain National Cableway. But the fact that it's open, we're celebrating that, and the fact that we have our Spa Proteas girls coming up later to celebrate.
In a few minutes. They should be coming up any minute from now.
Yeah, exactly. So we look forward to seeing them as well and just say thank you for the work that they've done.
Yeah, I mean, I think what they've done for the country, for the pride of the nation, we need it. They've been absolutely amazing. I hate to get a bit serious, but I need to get serious because we're looking at the beauty at the moment and everything is wonderful. But down there on the streets, there's some chaos taking place in Cape Town. What is the latest with the whole issue around the taxi strike and what's going on with commuters this morning?
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that the lockdown came when there's an international event here in Cape Town. I think it definitely has the impact on the city's ability to deliver services. Not just the public sector, but also the private sector has been impacted as well. As we stand here this morning, we can confirm that the N2 has been closed. The parts of the R300 has also been closed. We received confirmation that the Mitchells Plain public transport interchange has also been closed off, and that's where the bulk of our commuters come from to get to work. And so that's what we have observed thus far this morning. There are a few buses that have been burnt this morning as well. And so we're calling for peace, and we're calling for Santaco to come back to the discussions with the City of Cape Town as part of our minibus taxi task team as well, to look at those issues that we can resolve in the boardroom around the table.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's the commuters that are struggling. I mean, pictures of people having to walk on the highways to try and get to work, to try and get to school because of the chaos that's being created. I mean, why was there no negotiation leading up to it? And I think that's the whole crux of the matter, is people have just felt that this has been forced on them as opposed to a negotiation that took place in the first place. You're asking only now for negotiations, but why weren't they held before?
Yeah, and that's the narrative that's been peddled out there. This process started as far back as 2019. It was only gazetted in 2022. And so the Portfolio Committee has a multi-party discussion, and so all the parties are present, and we had an extensive public participatory process explaining the bylaw in detail. And I think it's also important to understand what we're trying to achieve. We've seen the bylaw in itself, in its original form, does not have the necessary teeth to ensure the rule of law is protected. And so with the impounding of vehicles and this is of course about unroadworthy vehicles, also those with traffic fine infringements, those vehicles are the ones that will be impounded. So it's all about respecting the rule of law and transporting our children, our most vulnerable, in a safe manner. Yeah. And so that's what we are saying. We have to draw the line in the sand at some stage. And I think the impounding of the vehicles now gives the municipality the necessary teeth to draw the line in the sand and ensure that you actually comply with the regulations. All right,
just as I begin to wrap, just talk to me about contingency plans, because I know that there are a lot of people that are commuting. International tourists have got to get to the airports. We've also got, sort of, as you say, buses are being burnt. It's unsafe out there. What are you as a city planning to assist this here?
So we're working closely with our South African Police Services, our law enforcement, our Metro Police and our traffic officers. We are working together 24/7. We've got a joint task team that's been deployed as well. We're looking at the hotspots, identifying those and deploying our resources there. We're also issuing comms where the roads have been closed, and of course asking those who need to get to the airport or to work to consider alternative routes to get to your place of employ and do it safely. I think rather err on the side of caution. If you're feeling unsafe, do not then rather go to work.
All right. Okay. Well, I hope employees are listening and they're hearing the situation and all of that that is lying. As much as we are seeing the beauty here from above, but what's happening on the streets of Cape Town is a major issue. So please take heed. If you are trying to get onto the streets, just take care and perhaps cancel plans or arrangements that you may have had. But Deputy Mayor, thank you. Enjoy the ladies. They should be coming up any moment from now, and we'll be able to celebrate them in proper style for what they've done for the sport of netball and, of course, for the country in general. We'll wrap it from here for now. We need a quick ad break. When you come back to us, I'm sure you'll be with Sakina with the team that are coming up in the cable car to the top of Table Mountain.